History Lessons for Yasir Hanafi, the Lion of Deoband, Lesson number 1. Before going into this particular video, I need to correct 3 mistakes made by the Gletkin-Rubashov channel. Number 1, the correct pronunciation of the word transcendent is munazzah and not munazzih. Number 2, I referred to a terrorism specialist called Dr. Jaret Brahman in one of my videos with the female pronoun her. Dr. Jaret Brahman, a world specialist in terrorism and strategic studies, is actually a male. My apologies. Number 3, the translation and transliteration of Arabic, Urdu, Persian names is quite complicated. So on occasions, I will use Hanfi, which is who I refer to Sheikh Yasir Hanafi, and I will also use Hanafi. Please overlook and forgive these inconsistencies and infelicities in speech. Now, on to the topic.
At least they have agreed. Qiyamah will come, inshallah. They will not present and they will not fulfill this challenge. Inshallah. Inshallah.
So Sheikh Yasir lays down yet another challenge. This is a habit he has, and I can recall at least 6 separate independent challenges that he's made to various people. This is a classic tactic of cults and sects. They will say to the people sitting in their company, my opponent will never be able to respond to this challenge, and I set this challenge, and he has 3 months to respond, he has 3 years to respond, when in fact he has no desire or intention for any challenge to be accepted. The Gletkin-Rubashov channel sets forth no challenges. We simply require clarification for the lies, the mistakes, and the errors you make. And now we'll go on to a huge error and mistake that you made. Please listen, pay attention.
الشيخ أبو بكر أحمد الرازي الجصاص الحنفي المفسر أبو الحسن علي بن محمد الماوردي أبو الحسن علي بن أحمد الواحدي الشيخ الحسين بن محمد الدامغاني الحنفي إمام الحرمين أبو المعالي عبد الملك بن عبد الرحمن الجوهني الشافعي الإمام عبد الرحمن بن محمد الشافعي إمام العراقي the great linguistic الشيخ أبو حامد الغزالي الشيخ متكلم سيف الدين الحنبلي.
So here we have Hanafi Saab saying the names of various scholars. And in this section, he makes 2 minor errors. These are not major errors, they're very minor, but it shows his ignorance. And the ignorance is both in Arabic and in English, and in the knowledge of what he's talking about. The first mistake is he calls Al-Raghib al-Isfahani a great linguistic. So I recommend Sheikh Yasir to look at what the word linguistic means, and I think he means the word linguist, meaning an active person who studies linguistics. So learn the difference between adjectives, nouns, verbs, etc. The next thing is a problem with pronunciation. One of the great scholars of the Asha'ira, who is believed later repented from that, is Imam al-Haramain, and the homework for everyone is to find out how exactly you say his name. Is it Juwani, as Yasir Hanafi says, or is it al-Juwayni? Please correct your pronunciation.
I have in front of me Imam Shatibi rahmatullahi alayhi al-I'tisam. This is al-I'tisam of Imam Shatibi rahmatullahi alayhi, Darul Hadith al-Qahira. Imam Shatibi rahmatullahi alayhi, many scholars are saying here, mashallah, they will know he has a very high status in Qiraat. Those students who study the 7 ways of reading the Quran, the Qiraat, 7 or 10, the 10 ways, they study his book Shatibi. He's a very great scholar, a renowned scholar.
So this is a really big mistake, and it should make any free-thinking, independent, non-partisan, non-biased person really question whether they should be taking knowledge from this Sheikh Yasir al-Hanafi. If he cannot even distinguish between two great Imams, and he cannot pronounce the names of Imam al-Juwayni correctly, and in the English language he doesn't know the difference between linguistic and linguist, what else can we take from this person? What other mistakes has he made? So I give you here the page of the Imam he's actually referring to, Al-Imam Abi Qasim al-Shatabi, al-Qasim al-Shatabi. And here we have another book, which is his book Hirz al-Amani, and it says Qasim ibn Firru ibn Khalaf ibn Ahmad. So it doesn't say Abil Qasim, it just says Qasim. This is the Shatabi that is the specialist in Qur'anic recitation. And here we have a page explaining his various names, his ism, his nasab, and his tasmiyah. So he's called Abul Qasim, and he's also called Abu Muhammad. The book that Yasir Hanafi is holding in his hand actually belongs to Abul Ishaq al-Shatabi. Two different men, two different giants, two different eras. Nearly 150 years separates them. This is not only ignorance, but as Sheikh Abdul Rahman Hassan said, Jahlun Murakkab, compounded ignorance. Yasir Hanafi doesn't know what he's saying, he doesn't know what he's reading, he can't translate it, and he is ignorant of the fact that he doesn't know that. So it's not just ignorance, it's Jahlun Murakkab, compounded ignorance. Furthermore, Abdurrahman Hassan says, Jahlun Amiq, deep ignorance, and I say that too. Stay tuned for the next part where I will explain to you who the other Shatibi is.